मुबारक 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 ये दिन हो मुबारक मुबारक हो ये दिन ये जलसा हमारा ये दिन बरकतों के खुदा की इनायत और शफ़क़तों के ये जलसा हमारा ये दिन बरकतों के खुदा की इनायत और शफ़क़तों के।
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and a very warm welcome to our viewers across the world watching this special edition of MTA News live from Hadiqat al-Mahdi in Hampshire. As our viewers are well aware, in a few days' time, Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen Ayyadahullahu Ta'ala bin Nasrihil Aziz will be performing the opening of the annual convention of Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United Kingdom. Today is a special day for many of the volunteers of the community, for it is the day when Hazrat Khalifatul Masih inspects the works that they have done, which they have been doing for many weeks and months to prepare for the guests of the promised Messiah alayhis salam, who have come from all over the world. The day started with Huzoor visiting the various sites which will host the different parts of the Jalsa, and will take you to a glimpse of how these events unfolded today.
Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad left Fazl Mosque at 3:19 p.m. Following a first stop at Masjid Bat al-Futuh, Huzoor's next inspection site was at Jamia, where a number of international guests will reside, a short distance from Hadiqat al-Mahdi. The international guests emotionally serenaded their beloved Khalifa as he arrived. His Holiness also visited the kitchens to check the quality of the food before heading out towards Hadiqat al-Mahdi.
At the time of the third caliph, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community dreamed of having a radio station. Later on, we were blessed with not only one but many radio stations which voiced the name of Allah and the message of Ahmadiyyat across the world in different parts of Africa. Then we were blessed with MTA International, and now in the UK we have the Voice of Islam. Atarman Khalid Saab, you are the General Secretary for the Voice of Islam. Can you tell people around the world what is the Voice of Islam, how it communicates the message of Islam to the masses?
Yeah, before I come to that, I would just like to say that, it was the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who came and brought the perfect teaching of Islam. And it was the era of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, in which through the arrival of technology, the rail and the printing presses, that the message of Islam was to be propagated completely to the ends of the earth. And as we have the revelation of the Prophet ﷺ as well, that I shall cause thy message to reach the corners of the earth. So, we have MTA now, within the UK, we have a digital radio station. And nowadays, as we're progressing and with the arrival of smartphones, many people, they are turning to their phones. And people generally don't even sit as often in front of the TV. And so through this radio station, we are able to reach a new audience. People who are driving, people who are in the kitchen, they're working and they can listen to our radio station. And so we're providing a service within London and outside through this medium, DAB, and also through live stream. People all around the world can listen to our radio station.
And what do you have in store for those people who are interested in tuning into your radio station, especially for this annual convention?
So, generally speaking, if you get all sorts of news through the media nowadays, but one thing which we all want to hear is good news. And Voice of Islam Radio is something where you can listen to good news, the works, the Ahmadi Muslim community and other organizations, the good work they're doing, the positive news that we need to hear, especially in this day and age where there's so much with regards to Islam, especially there's so much that we hear about terrorism and other bad news. It gives you a contrast, and it's where people from all backgrounds can come and have an easy way to voice their opinions. And at the Jalsa Salana this year, we'll be broadcasting live throughout the day on all 3 days, and we have some special broadcasts in place where we'll be inviting different organizations, different exhibitions which are taking place. For example, we'll have the Review of Religions, we'll have a special talk with regards to the Turin Shroud, replica that we have here at the Jalsa. Then we'll have members from IAAE who are doing all sorts of works in Africa, then Humanity First. Then we've got the Bligh set up this year with their Quran exhibition, and also their Prophet Muhammad speech competition. So we'll get different flavors from Jalsa Salana, and of course the highlight is the addresses of Huzoor Anwar Ayyadullah Ta'ala bin Aziz. It is an English radio station, so members and our audience around the world will be able to listen to the English translation of Huzoor's addresses live, and some of the speeches as well, which are taking place in the English language.
Jazakallah, thank you for that. And as you are watching this live broadcast, you can hear the Nara-e Takbir from the main marquee for men's as Hazrat Mir al-Mu'mineen Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrih al-Aziz has made his way there, to many of the volunteers who have sacrificed their time to work day and night for the guests of the Promised Messiah alayhi salam. The Promised Messiah alayhi salam himself laid the foundation for the Al-Hakam newspaper, and earlier in the year on the Promised Messiah Day the paper was relaunched in electronic form. Let's have a look at some footage regarding this.
यहाँ से अखबार अल-हकम जो कादियान से निकला करता था और दोबारा इसकी इशाअत 1934 में शुरू हुई, फिर बंद हो गया। आज अंग्रेज़ी ज़बान में उसका यहाँ से इजरा हो रहा है, और आज यौम मसीह मौत, और ये अखबार जो है हज़रत मसीह अलैहिस्सलाम के ज़माने में का पहला अखबार था। अल्लाह ताला अब इस दफ़ा का इसका इजरा जो है वो हमेशा जारी रहने वाला हो, और क्योंकि ये अंग्रेज़ी ज़बान में होगा इसलिए अंग्रेज़ी दान तबके को इससे ज़्यादा फ़ायदा उठाना चाहिए।
Inshallah, this Jalsa, there is a Jalsa Salana special, and that will be available to all participants of Jalsa Salana, and it's a slightly larger copy than usual, and in that we have a lot of information to do with the history of Jalsa Salana in itself and Jalsa Salana United Kingdom. We will be hosting a Al-Hakam corner where we want to promote Al-Hakam to the many writers that are in the Jamaat and who will be attending Jalsa Salana. So informing them about the various subjects that Al-Hakam wishes and aspires to include in the future.
So the Review of Religions magazine is presenting a unique and brand new exhibition at this year's Jalsa. In collaboration with Rizwan Beg Sahib, we are deciding to focus on the theme of Islam in the East, Journeys Along the Silk Road. The first element we'll be showing is an exclusive picture exhibition of Peter Sanders, who's one of the leading Muslim photographers in the world, who spent many years in China photographing ordinary lives of everyday Muslims in China. The second element that we have in this exhibition is a display, live demonstration of calligraphy, especially by Haji Nuruddin, who is a prominent Chinese Muslim calligrapher who uses the art of calligraphy and also in the style of Arabic writing. The third element of this exhibition is the history of Ahmadiyyat and how Ahmadiyyat spread and came from China. And we will see how, in fact, the Holy Prophet's words were prophetically fulfilled when he said that even if you have to crawl across glaciers, but you must go and perform bayat at the hands of the Imam Mahdi. And we'll see how ordinary Muslims came to Qadian to visit. Lastly, we will also be paying a small tribute to Usman Chini Sahib, one of our long-standing servants of Ahmadiyyat, and displaying his life and his efforts for Ahmadiyya.
So inshallah, in this Jalsa Salana UK, Ahmadiyya Archives and Research Centre will also be having an exposition in which the material we have is really rare. It dates back to the time of the Prophet ﷺ. For example, books that he wrote in his time and got translated in his lifetime and sent to the British government.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and a very warm welcome to our viewers back here to Hadikatul Mahdi. As you are aware, the world has become one global community, and for the last 5 years, Jalsa Connect has been connecting with millions of people around the world who have been joining us through Twitter and social media platforms. Adam Walkham Saab, you're in charge of, or you've been given this responsibility on behalf of MTA for Jalsa Connect. Tell us what Jalsa Connect involves in terms of a group and what people can enjoy.
Yeah, so Jalsa Connect this year and in previous years looks to get people behind the scenes to both enjoy the content that's happening right across the Jalsa, the main sessions and all of the speeches, but at the same time to get people behind the scenes to give them access to the environment and the rich atmosphere that's happening. We do that across a number of platforms, so Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and we also broadcast things on YouTube. This year we'll be having blogs that you can see on the website, so mta.tv/Jalsa Connect, and across all of the platforms you can search for Jalsa Connect and you'll find us.
And do you have a whole team responding to the tweets and the messages that you have coming from across the world?
Yeah, absolutely. Jalsa Connect is run by MTA Social Media Office. It's a big team, mashallah, and they do a lot of hard work. They're split into 3, and all of the content that ends up going out to the viewers is put out by the Lajna team, who work very hard. And there's lots of work that goes into it, both from our office and also from production and the other offices that really offline as well, that do a lot of work, because we realize just how important it is to many viewers around the world whose only connection to MTA only connection to the Jamaat is MTA, and therefore it's so important that we try our best to serve those viewers by giving them the very best content. So we have lots of unique content in that regard. This year, for example, we're going to have some interviews that take place on buggies, which are going to be really, really interesting, humorous, but valuable as well in terms of the messages that they're bringing across. Lots of vibrant interviews with the people around the Jalsa. If you use the hashtag #MyJalsaMoment, particularly on Twitter, then you can share with us all of your experiences. You can send us photos. If you're not attending the Jalsa, let us know what you're feeling and send us photos of how you're watching the Jalsa, for example.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. And staying with MTA, let's have a look at what people can enjoy, not only through social media, but also in the coming days on MTA International.
I will ask oil-producing nations to do what they can to increase production in order to minimize any impact that oil flow reductions will have on the world economy.
आज हमने आलम को सबसे ज़्यादा खतरा असबियत और खुदगर्जी से है.
He says that whilst Islamic teachings command Muslims to fulfill the rights owed to God, they also instruct us to fulfill the rights of God's creation.
One of the main themes of the Jalsa Salana is to serve each other, and in particular serve the guests of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, who come from all corners of the world. One such guest is with me now, a missionary of the Jamaat, Abdullah Dibba Sahib. Tell the viewers where you've actually come from.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My background is a bit of a long story. I'm Gambian, lived in the UK myself for 8 years, and now I'm serving as a missionary in the United States. So I came as a guest from the United States to attend Jalsa Salana.
MashaAllah. And tell us, when you're packing your bags and you're making your way here, what's that feeling that comes across your heart when you're getting ready to come to that place where Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen is, and the Jalsa Salana is about to take place there.
So it's more like home for me, because I've lived here for 8 years, and now living in the United States. 3 weeks ago I attended Canada Jalsa, and then USA Jalsa 2 weeks ago. But throughout that whole time I've been thinking about, anticipating about what's coming out for Jalsa UK, and getting to meet His Holiness is the highlight by far for Jalsa Salana. So all those moments have always been with me. It's a bit surreal when you think about coming home and meeting old friends from many years. You get to meet them, so it brings the whole package for me to be a guest at the Promised Messiah in the United Kingdom.
Jazakallah Abdullah Dibba Sahib. As many of the guests are aware, these are very special days. Stay tuned to MTA International. Many different guests arriving from different corners of the earth. We hope that you can also join us from wherever you are through MTA International and be part of this 52nd annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. With that, we wish you a very blessed day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.